Hello and welcome back to JB Breaks Free. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Can't wait to chat with you today. Hope you had a great weekend. I got Saturday off and got to go to a movie showing of Harry Potter, the first one, and the Sorcerer's Stone, and it was accompanied with a live orchestra. We were in the second row. It was really cool. My kids both play instruments now at school. One of them is violin, the other is flute. They love Harry Potter. That was such a cool experience. Got to go out and have a little bite to eat and then come home and watch my San Francisco 49ers squeak out a win against Green Bay. So myself, my kids, my family were happy about that. One more win to get to the Super Bowl. We've been close the last few years. I hope that we can seal the deal. Do you have any teams still going on? Who are your teams? Let me know. It was nice to have a Saturday off. It was a busy one. I can't help but feel maybe this much guilty or wondering how would I miss. But I busted my butt every morning, and I do every morning to pay for those times off. And I think once we got home, we're kind of getting our snuggy, comfortable pants and clothes on, and my daughter comes up to me and she goes, "Dad, I just had the best time today, and thank you." And that's right there when I knew that it was nice to be able to put waiting tables on the back burner for a little bit. But back at it tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to a nice week of waiting tables. The topics I want to talk about today are the real luxuries in life. I think it's important to remember these, to be reminded of these, to be aware of these, and also how to interact with unhelpful thoughts. One of the greatest things that I figured out on my break-free journey was how to interact with unhelpful thoughts, how to even recognize them, to be aware of them, to know that they even existed and it wasn't just a true soundtrack that was playing inside of my head. But let's talk about the real luxuries in life. How about slow mornings, relaxing, mornings on your own pace? Doesn't get much better than that, especially if you're running around going crazy every morning. My mornings are good. I get up, get my kids to school. That process has gotten a lot easier as they get older year by year. I can still remember, almost a 2-year-old or 2-year-old having a complete meltdown trying to put a bathing suit on her because she was going to YMCA for like 2 hours. And after that, we had to switch up that. But, getting 2 kids in and out of the YMCA at 4 years old, I think I used to say it was harder or more hectic than waiting on 20 people at once. I remember being the only dad still left in there, but I became a master of it. And, of course, I miss those days. But now, slow mornings, I get up. The kids are, working on breakfast. We get them out the door safely, and then I'm going to do my fun side hustles of Instacart and Walmart Spark. It's another lucrative thing that I like to do. I also like to think that it helps a little bit with my health. I'm out there moving, I'm lifting. It's keeping me active. So my mornings are slow to me because I really enjoy them and I don't have much chaos going on. The next one is freedom to choose what I want to do in the morning, what you want to do with your Saturday, what you want to do with your life. That is a real luxury. If you're stuck someplace where you don't want to be and you have no say over it, then what is that really worth? How about a good night's sleep? Can you sleep at peace? Are you able to not even be busy enough so you have to work so much so you can't get a good night's sleep, or that you're too stressed? A good night's sleep sets the tone for my day, sets the tone for my break-free journey. That is the catalyst for all the freedom and blessings, is a good night's sleep. How about peace of mind? Priceless, right? To be at peace with the past, the present, and the future. To be happy where you are and what you're doing on a day in and day out basis is a real true luxury in life. Calm days is a real luxury in life. Being present, if you're not always stuck in the past trying to figure out what you should have done or how you could have made it better, or if you're not stuck into the future dreading what might be coming up or trying to figure out the best way to do this or that, but to be present in your life with all that we have now, this present moment, is a true luxury. So you can actually enjoy and take part in your life that is going by, in your kids' lives, in your partner's lives, your friends' lives, and your own life. Be present, enjoy it because it goes fast. A real luxury in life is people that you love. I'm blessed with some good friends, some family, co-workers, lots of people that I love in my life. It's also a blessing, I think, to not be stuck with people who you don't love. So people that you love is a true luxury in life. Are you able to love instead of maybe other luxuries that you might have, but maybe not having people that you love? And then people who love you back, which is such a blessing too. Friendship, at work, in the home. It's nice to have that support and to feel that and to know that you are loved back. True, real luxuries in life. If you don't have those things, maybe you better check on what luxuries you're putting ahead of those. And finally today, how to interact with unhelpful thoughts. Just realizing that your thoughts are just thoughts, they're not the truth. So I'm having the thought of I'm not good enough versus thinking I'm not good enough. There's a big difference there. I'm not good enough for this person. I'm not good enough to make these videos. I'm not good enough at waiting tables for my friends. Anything that you're trying to do in life versus, because those thoughts can come up. We all have self-doubt, right? But to recognize the thought, I'm having the thought that I'm not good enough. Okay, Jay, step back. Just have fun with it. Get a little bit better every day. Don't let that thought bring you down. Keep your composure. Keep your positivity. Keep your confidence. Keep your awareness. Keep your presence. Realize that that's just a thought. And just go out there and do what you got to do. Just do it. Don't worry about perfection. You are good enough. The second is to practice acceptance when these unhelpful thoughts come our way. And they're going to come our way, right? We're not complete Buddhas who are totally enlightened, who can meditate all day long. And I believe the space in between thoughts is enlightenment. So maybe we can expand those, keep those negative thoughts further and further away from each other. But to practice acceptance. The thought is part of my experience, and that's okay. It is what it is. It's okay to have the thought of maybe get a little anxiety before you turn the camera on, before you go on stage to give a presentation or to play an instrument. Maybe before you talk to a certain individual. You might have a couple thoughts. It's okay. All right, that thought is part of this. It's okay. You recognize it. It's just going on in your head. Once you recognize it, it's kind of going to subside. Number 3, compassionate reaffirming. You can think to yourself, I'm doing my best and it's okay to make mistakes. I made a very tiny mistake last Friday at work. One that I never ever make. And, I know I'm doing my best. It wasn't the biggest deal in the world. It was just there's so many little mistakes that you can make. And this was a tiny one in the scheme of things, especially when you do it once a year or whatever. We call out mid-well steaks or well-done steaks just to give the grill guy a little extra time because that steak's going to need a little extra time to cook. And, you can't screw up calling anything out, so... I just didn't call it out. That's okay. I'm doing my best. Some other mistakes happen. Maybe I'm doing this video and I forgot to turn the microphone on or something. I'm doing my best. It's okay to make mistakes. You're doing your best in life. Give it your best and you'll be at peace with that, even in mistakes at work, at the house, wherever. Number 4, notice and recognize a negative thought and let it pass without judgment. So first is to notice and recognize it. Instead of thinking that really is the way things are, that it's going on in your head. No, notice it. Okay? I'm having this thought. I'm not good enough. I notice it. Just let it go. Don't say, why are you having those thoughts? Why do you keep thinking that you're not good enough? Why do you keep thinking that you're scared? What other unhelpful thoughts could there be? That something's going to go wrong? Why are you thinking that tomorrow at work is going to go wrong? No. without judgment, okay? Had a thought that, I wonder what my boss might say to me for missing Saturday nights, Okay, let it go. I don't know. I can't control that. All I can control is right now. And don't suffer imagined troubles. Let it go without judgment. Be aware of that. There's also diffusion techniques. It's going to be visualize a thought like a leaf in a stream and watch it float away. I'm not good enough to make this video. Tomorrow might suck at work. Okay, I'm watching that thought go right away. We used to play this game called the Down the River game when we were kids. We'd throw like kickballs or wiffle balls into this little stream, and we'd kind of just watch them go down the stream, and we'd race, see whose ball would get caught up or whose would go, to the end. And that's what it is. Those thoughts are just on a stream, going right by, and here you still are. That thought can go away, and we can focus on right now, which is a true luxury in life, as we just talked about. Another way to interact with unhelpful thoughts is going to be with gratitude and positive affirmations. How about, I can't do this, versus I'm grateful for the opportunity to try. I often think when I go into work that I get to wait tables tonight. I get to go into the kitchen. I get to wait on these people. I get to work with great people, versus I don't want to do this. I can't do this. It's going to be too busy. Maybe I'll get yelled at. Maybe a customer might yell at me. Maybe I'll make a mistake. All these unhelpful thoughts, versus I'm grateful for the opportunity to be waiting tables where I am, to be able to have a good job that pays well. So reframe it with positive affirmations. Connect with your own values. Facing fear is an important part of growth, and that is going to be the cause with breaking free. Facing our fears, trying new things, trying new side hustles, getting out of our comfort zone. That can be scary, to save money instead of spend as a coping device, and to stick with what's not working. Connect with your values. Facing your fears is part of my growth. So all these negative or unhelpful thoughts that you might have, how am I going to save this, blah, blah, blah. No, facing this fear will be good for my growth. And then seek perspective. Consider the long-term significance. And consider what you would say to a friend versus what you would say to yourself. Sometimes when I get in a bad spot, my wife would be like, what would you say to me? And I would tell her all this stuff, I have to be like, yeah, you have to treat yourself with the same loving kindness. You have to recognize it. You have to notice it, that you're stuck in a little bad loop. Accept it. It's okay. Be compassionate with yourself. I think that this is not going to really matter in the long term of things. You would tell your friend that focus on what you can control. Be present. Don't suffer imagined troubles. Let it go. Be positive with yourself. Be grateful that you can do this. Reaffirm all those things that can help you break free and hopefully have the best day ever. And I'm lucky enough to be having another best day ever today. I can't wait till my kids and my wife come home. We're going to have a good night together. We're going to watch episode 2 of True Detective. We didn't watch it last night due to football. I'm also going to try to do some stretching. I like to have 3 parts to these videos. And I've been in a ton of pain. And I don't like to complain, because as Marcus Aurelius says, do not be caught complaining even to yourself. And yes, I do complain sometimes to my wife, and last night was a bad one. I was really hurting, and I'm still hurting today. And I don't know what exactly is wrong. I have some spinal stenosis, I think, some degenerative discs. I don't know if it's my SI joint. I've seen some things, though, where if I tilt my lower back forward, it doesn't feel too good. But if I can flexion down to bend forward instead of bending back, bend forward, it feels a lot better. So I'm going to try a few of those stretches, try a few yoga poses, see if I can get myself in the shot and maybe edit them together and see how that goes. I hope you are doing okay. I hope you're pain-free. If not, these stretches could be something to consider. And I will talk to you on the next video. Break free.